Assalamu alaikum, dear kids. How are you all? How are you doing? Well, I hope you are all fine and you are doing great. Dear students, I welcome you all to the video classes. Our today's topic is types of animals and plants. This is chapter number 5 of your book. In this chapter, we are going to learn about the types of animals with a backbone, types of animals without a backbone, types of non-flowering plants and types of flowering plants. Got it? These are the topics which we are going to learn in this chapter. Dear kids, as you all know that we see different kinds of animals and plants around us, isn't it? We see a lot of plants, we see a lot of animals around us. Different groups of animals and different groups of plants, they show some common features and some differences, isn't it? They show some common features, they show some differences, they show some similarities and they show some differences as well, isn't it? Depending upon the similarities, animals and plants, they are placed in a single group. The animals and the plants with similar features, they are placed in a single group, isn't it? So the arrangement of animals and plants in a group, in a single group, in a particular group, as per their similarities, based upon their similarities, is known as the classification. What is classification? Classification is the arrangement of animals and plants in groups according to their observed similarities. Why we need to classify the animals? Why we need to classify the plants? This is the question, that why we need to classify animals and why we need to classify plants. What is the need of classifying them? Yes, exactly. When we classify the animals, when we classify the plants, it makes us easier to learn about them. It makes us easier, it makes it easier for us to learn about these animals and plants with similar features. Got it? That's why we need to classify them. So, animals, they are classified into two groups. Animals, they are classified into two groups, animals with backbone and animals without backbone. Today, we are going to learn only about the animals and the groups into which they are classified. Animals, they are classified into two groups, animals with backbone and animals without backbone. Animals with backbone, they have a hard skeleton. Animals with backbone, they have a hard skeleton which is made up of number of bones. How many bones are there in a skeleton? Yes, exactly, 206. So, animals with backbone, they have a hard skeleton made up of how many bones? 206 bones, exactly. Backbone, as you all know that backbone, it is also a part of this skeleton, isn't it? Backbone is also a part of the skeleton. So, human beings, cats, birds, frogs, fish, these are all the animals with backbone. These are the animals with backbones. Animals with backbone, they are further classified into smaller groups like mammals, birds or aves, reptiles, amphibians, fish or pisces. Animals with backbone, they are further classified as into smaller groups as mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, fish or pisces. We are going to learn one by one about all these groups and their features. Got it? First of all, mammals. What are mammals? Who are they? Mammals are the group of animals who feed their babies with their mother's milk. Got it? Mammals are the group of animals whose babies drink their mother's milk. Whose babies drink their mother's milk. Examples of mammals are human beings, wolves, cats, elephants, tigers. These are all the examples of mammals. You can find many more examples of mammals, isn't it? You can get more examples of mammals. Monkeys, they are also monkeys are also example of mammals. So these mammals, they have some features like they reproduce by giving birth to their babies. They reproduce by giving birth to their babies. There are also few exceptions like duck-billed platypus. Duck-billed platypus that is found in Australia and New Guinea. What they do not reproduce by giving birth to their babies, but they lay eggs. They lay eggs. They lay eggs. Mammals, they have one more feature, that their body that is covered with fur or hair. Most of the mammals, they live on land. Some mammals like whales and dolphins, they live in water. They live in water. They are aquatic animals, so they live in water. Got it? Birds. Birds, they are the only animals with feathers on their bodies. They can fly. As you all know that birds, they can fly. They have their bodies covered with feathers. They have wings to fly. Birds, they have certain features like they reproduce by laying eggs. They reproduce by laying eggs and then they hatch their eggs. Exactly. They also hatch their eggs. Birds, they do not have teeth. Instead, they have beaks. In place of teeth, they have what? Beaks. Exactly. As you all know that birds, they have got the wings to fly. They all have wings to fly. One more feature of birds is that their bones, they are hollow. Their bones are hollow, which help them to fly. Got it? You can find many examples of birds like crow, sparrow, pigeon, peacock, isn't it? These are all the examples of birds or aves. Another name for birds is aves. Got it? Reptiles. Reptiles are the group of animals which have hard and tough scales or shells that cover their bodies. Turtles, tortoises, alligators, crocodiles, lizards, snakes, these are all the examples of reptiles. Reptiles, they reproduce by laying eggs. They reproduce by laying eggs. Dear kids, do you know that reptiles like turtles and tortoises, they move very slowly on the land? Tortoises, they live on the land and they have stumpy round feet. Got it? Tortoises, they live on land and they have round and stumpy feet. Turtles, they live in water and they have webbed feet. Also, reptiles like alligators and crocodiles, they have very tough and scaly skin. They have tough and scaly skin. They have 4 short legs and they have powerful tail. Crocodiles, they are found all over the world, while alligators, they are only found in USA and China. Snakes are also reptiles without legs. They have scales on underside of the body which help them to move. One more thing about snakes is that they smell with their tongue. They smell with their tongue and they have flexible jaws that allow them to eat the prey bigger than the size of their heads. Bigger than the size of their heads. And all the snakes, remember that all the snakes, they are carnivores. What? All the snakes are carnivores. One more important feature of reptiles is that they can change the body temperature. They can change their body temperature according to the temperature outside. If it is cold outside, they move to the warmer places to keep their body warm. If it is hot outside, they go to the colder places. They go somewhere where it is a shade and they rest there to keep their body cold. Exactly. So they are the reptiles, they have this feature that they can change their body temperature as per the temperature outside. Got it? Amphibians are the animals which can live both on land and in water. Amphibians, they are the animals which can live both on land and in water. Most of the amphibians, when they are small, they live in water, and they have gills to breathe in water and tail to swim in water. They have gills to breathe in water, and they have also tail which helps them to swim in water. As amphibians, they grow up, as small amphibians, they grow up, they develop legs, and they also develop lungs which help them to survive on land, Examples of amphibians are frogs, toads, salamanders. These are all the examples of amphibians. There are a few more features of amphibians. Amphibians, their bodies are thin, moist, and they have scaleless skin. Amphibians, they have thin, moist, and scaleless skin. Their bodies are covered with thin, moist, and scaleless skin. Got it? Fish, another name for fish is Pisces. What? Pisces, exactly. Fish, as you all know, that they live in water. They are aquatic animals, so they live in water. Fish are the largest group of animals which have backbones. Fish, they are the largest group of animals with backbones. Fish, their bodies are such that the shape of bodies is such that their shape allows them to swim in the water. As you all know that fish, they live in the water, so they have gills to breathe in water. They have fins which help them to swim in water, which help them change the direction in the water, and which also help them to remain still in water. Got it? This was about the animals with backbones. Now, the animals without backbone. The animals without backbones, they are classified into smaller groups based on certain special features. Animals without backbones are classified into smaller groups based on the special features, like animals with jointed legs. Animals with jointed legs, they are the largest group of animals without backbones. Animals with jointed legs, they are the largest group of animals without backbones. Examples are spiders, cockroaches, houseflies, scorpions. These are the group of animals with jointed legs. Got it? Their bodies, they are covered with hard covering. Their bodies are covered with hard shells. And also, animals belonging to this group are insects, like cockroaches, beetles, lice, flies, etc. Got it? Now, the animals which have soft bodies. Animals which have soft bodies, they are usually found in water, and many of them live inside a shell. Examples are snails, squids, octopuses. These are the animals which have soft bodies. Animals without backbones, there are the small group of animals which are having no backbones, and they have spiny bodies. They have got the spiny bodies. Examples of stars, sea urchins, sea cucumbers. They have the spiny bodies. They have spines all over their body, and they are found in lower levels of oceans. Where are they found? In lower levels of oceans. Got it? Also, there are the animals with no backbones, and they have no legs. Got it? Examples are worms. Worms, they have a tube-like body, and they do not have legs. Got it? They have tube-like bodies, and they do not have legs. Some of the examples of worms are earthworms, leeches, flatworms, roundworms, and tapeworms. Animals with hollow bodies. Sponges and sea animals. What they have lot of pores on their bodies, and their bodies are hollow. Their bodies are hollow. Water flows freely through the space in their bodies. Water also provides them food and oxygen and removes waste. Got it? Jellyfish, sea anemones, and corals, they are all the examples of animals with hollow bodies. Got it, dear kids? This was all about the types of animals, and we learned about the two groups of animals, animals with backbone and animals without backbone. This was all for today. Inshallah, next time we will learn about the types of plants. We'll learn about the types of plants, flowering plants and non-flowering plants. Got it? Till then, take good care of yourselves. Fi amanillah.